it's trustworthy or not?
Just like on YouTube, for instance, you have 7,000 views, right? I mean, you know how many people watched, how many people hated it before you even press.
Yeah, but right now you don't have anything to put your skills on or based on to make a sudden decision to see if this is a spammy website or not. So.
I can't think of anything offhand.
Maybe you could take this into consideration.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky because things like Chrome, the newer browsers, they don't have these toolbars that frequently anymore. So even if there were a metric, I don't think that's something that a lot of people would see because nobody likes installing toolbars and having all of this stuff on their browser anymore. So I don't know. It'll be tricky, but it's a good question. Yeah.
So the metric is still served, though. In other words, if it's not going to be used, you'd think it might be useful to turn that off at some point.
I could see that happening. Yeah, I could see that happening at some point. I mean, like you said, at some point it's just going to be old and stale and nobody cares about it anymore. And if nobody's using the toolbar anymore, then why would we even keep those systems running? But I think this is a more like medium-term, long-term discussion of what we actually do with those scripts.
Yeah, well, you're right. You're correct, John. But I think you should think about it, I mean, to take it as a suggestion, that we need also something which can tell from a fast view if you can trust that website or not.
Yeah, trust is always a really hard problem. Yeah, that's always a hard thing too. All right, I have to go. Someone else needs this room. So thank you all for your time, your questions, all of the questions that were submitted, your feedback here in the Hangout as well. It's very appreciated. Next week we have a special Hangout with a member of the Google News team. If you have a Google News website, a website in Google News, then I definitely tune in then. If you do have a website in Google News and want to join us live, then make sure you comment on the thread from Google Webmasters so that we know that you're interested and we can invite you a little bit ahead of time. But past that, thank you all again, and I hope you guys have a great week.
Thank you, John. You too.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.